Hey everyone, this is Philip Rose here. I just want to make a quick little thing here. I don't really know what to call this bit. If you haven't seen this video here, this is the first ever mental health video that I've made. You should probably check it out. Um, Not like that's gonna really matter here, but if you wanted to know how I felt the first time with my actual words, because I don't remember what I said initially, you can go ahead and check this out. And that's pretty much it. And enjoy the video. Also, if you're watching, parents, I love you. Okay, bye. Hey everyone. This is Billa Bruce here. It's been a while since I've updated on my mental health, and I kind of thought maybe I could mention it now. If you haven't followed me on my Twitter, haven't seen one of my Twitter posts, I had mentioned that I had some unwanted thoughts in my head, and figured I can kind of go into detail, but not too much because I don't really want to mention a lot, and I think YouTube doesn't exactly like mentioning these things, but I will try to be quick. I had like some sort of thoughts of like, what's the correct term I could use? I don't know the correct term I could use, but I wanted to game over myself, if that makes any sense. I don't know if YouTube will allow this. Hopefully YouTube will. Try not to get on their bad side, because once you do, YouTube can go pretty hard on you. I will say that I am doing fine now. I hadn't had any of those thoughts in quite some time. I don't remember the last time or at least mentioned it. I'm looking it up right now. Okay, so I initially had the thoughts on the 18th of August, and I updated, I think, 1920, about 3 days ago, I believe, because that will be the 21st. And I think the last time I had these thoughts were on the 23rd. I hadn't had them since, but I think my signs of depression might be getting a bit worse. I don't know, I can't tell it at this point, but I have noticed I felt like crying even more, and most of the time when I did felt like crying, it was more likely happening. I don't really have the answers to explain why I feel this way. That's just what I know. When I mentioned in my last update video about it, I mentioned that I was depressed, and I think I had some signs of anxiety, but then it went away, and gender dysphoria. The gender dysphoria is still there. I am planning on getting top surgery to hopefully get rid of it. The dysphoria at the moment is currently in my chest area, so hopefully with the top surgery that dysphoria will be gone now. And if you don't know what this top surgery will do, it'll basically just remove my chest and then turn it to make it more like a man, because right now mine looks a lot like a woman, and I don't like that because it brings a lot of dysphoria into myself, which it's really bad. I don't remember if I mentioned it in my update video. My memory has not been on my side, and it can be very inconsistent, so I'm sorry if I am repeating myself. But the dysphoria was so bad to me that I could walk, and I could literally just be hit with dysphoria. So I would say that this top surgery will definitely help me feel better. I don't know how, but I feel like it would help to some degree. I will mention now that the anxiety part has come back. I think sometime in 2021. It got so bad that I'm not sure if I have some sort of anxiety attack. I thought it was panic attack, but my therapist um, explained that there was a difference between an anxiety attack and panic attack. So I don't think I have that. Um, I I don't really know how to explain this to you guys, so I'm very sorry. Um, I'm not gonna get too much into details. Sorry. About this part because I haven't really openly mentioned this and I don't feel comfortable mentioning it right now. But I will say that I have gotten diagnosed with PTSD with an event that took place in 2017 that was reopened in 2021. Um, I'm not going to give any hints, and if I mentioned this in the past, I want you to not mention it to my viewers because I want to mention it myself. I want to explain it to you guys in a way that I can explain it. And right now, I don't want to do that because that will reopen stuff, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to emotionally handle that. I will say that um, I know I've struggled this a little bit in the past, but I don't know if I'm just partly in denial or I keep passing it off as me being a night owl, which is true. I like to stay up pretty late. It's currently like around 1:30 as of right now, and even though it's technically night, or well, to me it's night, it's technically 1 in the morning. Although, since it's dark out, I don't know if people would count it as the morning. Maybe people will. I don't know. What was I talking about? Something about sleeping. I I don't know this. I always been having trouble with sleeping, um, and I really don't know exactly the reason for it. I don't know if it's because I'm a night owl, if it's because of my anxiety, or because of my depression, which I can't tell at this point if it's getting better or worse. It's probably getting somewhat worse if I had dark thoughts, I'm gonna be for real. But I don't really know where it's at, but I have been trouble sleeping. I feel like I'm going crazy because I really don't have an answer and I can't explain this feeling. These thoughts about the sleeping thing is pretty kind of new to me. So I can't tell if I'm just convincing myself these lies just to make myself feel better or if I really am just being stubborn. I can't tell anymore. And I really don't know. I keep saying this, but I really don't know how to explain this, and I generally feel like I'm going crazy over it. I have no idea if my parents are going to see this, and I want to say this, if you are watching this, I'm not putting the blame on you, and I love and appreciate you, but I generally do feel like this is something that I can't explain. Every time when you guys mention the whole, you guys get tired as well, I feel this anger that I cannot explain. And I'm sorry, I don't think I'll ever will be able to explain it until I get more answers. Which I don't have the answers for. And I want to have the answers to this. I feel like I could go to sleep for 16 hours and I could still be tired. And whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave that up to you. After all, I could just be crazy. Not like, going to a psychiatrist and needing meds crazy, but figuratively crazy. I I feel like sometimes I have to force myself awake because I just feel tired. I it's weird to me because I never feel tired at night. Like right now, I don't feel tired. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a night owl. Maybe it's because my body doesn't know when to sleep. I really don't know. All I know is every time when I wake up, I'd rather go to sleep. I feel like I have to force myself awake. And I can't explain why. Maybe it's because I'm depressed. Maybe it's because I have anxiety. Maybe there's something else I'm not aware of. But I don't have the answers to how I feel. And I feel like I have to have an answer that I don't know. I feel like I'm crazy. I know I'm not alone. And I know people are probably going to comment saying that I'm not alone. But at the moment, I feel completely alone. I don't know. Maybe I am not alone. But it's like every time when I'm with everybody, everyone around me, it feels like I still feel them, but they're like more small or minimum, whatever. But every time when I'm just by myself, which is a lot of feelings build up into me. Stuff that I feel like I should have said something, or like I feel like a lot of overwhelming feelings come into play. I always feel like I have to hang out with friends when I'm not in the mood to, and I can't explain it. I feel like I have to be with somebody, but I don't know where that's coming from. I feel like I have to be going to places, going to doing anything but stay in my room, and I really don't know why. I don't feel pressure from my parents. I don't feel pressure from my friends. I don't feel like I'm even being pressured by people who I love on the internet and appreciate, or maybe even considered a role model to some degree. But none of them made me feel like that I'm different or that I'm wrong, or I feel like I need to do something with my life. But I still feel like I need that. And I don't know why. I really don't have many answers to my life. And I just want to let people know who are suffering that as much as I could say that everyone suffers in their own way, and that I wish for the best for you and say that you can get the help that you need. I don't know what help I need right now anymore. I don't know what I need. I don't know what I want. I really don't know what I want anymore. I don't have negative thoughts. I don't feel like game over in myself. But I feel lost. And I don't know what to do. I always feel like that there needs to be a justification. And I don't know if it has to do with my autism. Because sometimes I feel like I need labels. Because they help me understand. It helps me make me feel like that, that I'm normal to some degree. I know people say normal is completely overrated. I know people are gonna probably be like, you don't have to be normal. But if you don't have to answer for something, then I feel like I might be, going crazy. I don't know if it's been obvious, but my confidence within myself has never been the greatest. But I felt like it's way worse when I was in 8th grade, well, technically middle school, but I more remember from like 8th grade to like 10th grade. I remember that I was a bully to myself. I made myself cry, convincing myself that it was my fault of something happening that wasn't my fault. An example that I will give is that in choir class, in my section, which would have been soprano, technically it was soprano 1, which is the highest soprano that you could sing in there in choir, because there's soprano 1, soprano 2. There were 2 sopranos. I know that sounds confusing to anyone who's not a musician, but that's what I know. Soprano 2 is like in between alto and soprano 1, and soprano 1 is the highest voice there. But I remember just thinking that when some of the girls, or maybe all of them, I don't know, were not singing their part correctly, I thought I was the one doing it, and I was the one who, was doing that. And I beat myself up to the point where I made myself cry. I convinced myself it was my fault. I had to get case managers to convince me it wasn't my fault. And I think I might have, I don't know if I really done this, but I think I did this to a streamer that I look up to and kind of consider as a role model. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I watch them every single day. I don't know if that makes me think of them as an idol, but I'm always willing to watch their streams whenever I can. I won't mention their name unless they want to admit it. He did came from many other YouTubers who collaborate together. They came up with a really cool nation that I won't mention because it will probably give off a hint of who they are. Maybe you might have an idea, but I'm not going to confirm it for you. I just want to say to you, I'm sorry if I made you feel like that you couldn't express yourself when you were talking smack about yourself. I didn't want you to do what I did. I now know what I did was dumb, and I can't convince you, and there's no way I could know what happened. But I didn't want the same thing happening where you beat yourself up to the point where you can make yourself cry and convince yourself that what you did was your fault, when, for all you know, it could have not been your fault. It could have been, not your fault. I sometimes think about that every now and then. It's not like a reoccurring thing that happens 24/7. But I still hardly feel blame about that. And I just want to apologize to you so I can get that off my consciousness at least, so maybe I can stop thinking about that. Or at least, not have that in my mind every now and then. That kind of got off topic, I'm sorry. I'm not really emotionally well, as you can tell. But I generally don't know what I want. I generally don't know, I just don't know what I want anymore. I don't think that I want to end my life, but I also don't know where I want to go. All I know right now is that I want to become a video game designer. I don't know what field I want to go into yet. I just know I want to create games, because that's one way to make an interactive story. I want to make a story that I could tell people about. I like telling stories. I don't know if that's easy to tell through some of my plushies that I make, but I like telling stories. I like coming up with my own plot and just going with the flow. I like doing that. It's fun. And even though I probably suck butt at it, role-playing seems kind of fun. And just being able to act out in the story, kind of fun too. But, yeah. That's all I have to say about that. I'm sorry this video is long. And I'll see you all later. Bye.